All right, Dorothy, Summer Dorothy. We are going to be doing the full overload gear showcase for the new Dorothy. Now, I've done a lot of testing after my initial showcase. I am going to just say it right now, Dorothy is the strongest water DPS in Nikke history. I didn't even realize how crazy of a character this girl was until after I gave her overload gear. Now, today I'm not even on my own account. I'm on Saint's account because Saint has overload gear for his Dorothy with over 80% elemental damage. So this Dorothy is about to go crazy. Not leveled up on the gears or anything like that, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. But anyways, we're here on the account. Let's take a look at the rolls. So we have on the very first piece 17.95%. On the second piece we have 29.60% with an attack and crit rate of 9.70% and 4.35%. Those are those rolls right there. We have ammo capacity, which is great. Honestly, having ammo capacity saves kind of her reload issue to W, and then 17.95 elemental damage, and then 20.75% elemental damage with attack percent. We're looking at a 10-10-10 Dorothy, which I have not done yet. And then obviously the cube is resilience cube. So we're about to see the craziest thing ever. Let's get into it right now. All right, so we're gonna fight with a few different teams. I'm going in with the team I went with yesterday, which is Tove, Crown, Dorothy, Helm, and Leona. You don't actually need to use Leona's burst skill whatsoever, so using Crown's burst skill kind of helps you out with not only like more damage, but it helps you out with her reload speed problem as well. I mean, I don't need to use her burst skill for that, but having Crown on the team does help a lot for that. And realistically, this is all you need for the shotgun team. You just need Tove. That's it. Like, you don't even need Leona for the shotgun team. You only need Tove, like realistically, right? But let's take a look and see what her damage is looking like. Burst skill is galore. This is an LB3 character as well. Okay, I don't know what the first number was, but let's just say 13 million.
Let's give it our all.
We're going from, this is type advantage, elemental damage increase, all that stuff. From 13 million to a good old a 13 million to 405 million is dumb. But look, this is the problem, like cooldown reduction, right? That's the only problem. But it's just with this team. Oh my god, I should have got that. No, yeah, I should have got that. That's if that was her wallpaper where she's looking out of the tub like that, that's so fire, genuinely. This character Dorothy is just nuts, right? And obviously with her massive hit rate, her massive hit rate buff, like she is performing quite crazy. Like the enemy could be all the way in the back and she's still gonna target them. That's how nasty she is. Okay, we're at 649 million. So 649 million to what? We're probably gonna go from 649 million to a good old like 800, maybe 900, possibly a billion. Sorry, I have to like, okay, we got to a billion, but we got some extra shots in there. Yeah, that's nasty. She's going up at like 400 million every burst, like when you use her burst skill. I'm gonna have to, cause I need a new keyboard, bro. Clearly, this keyboard is just not good. Okay, so we're at we're at 1.95 million, right? Like 1.095 billion, right? This is her without her burst skill. So we're just in a full burst, right? With all the buffs and stuff like that active. What is she going to now without? Yeah, almost 100 million increase off of her burst skill. Like that's not her burst skill. And mind you, we could get so much more damage going off if we didn't have this 6 second thing. So we're at 1.196 billion. It's that reload speed. That's what, not that reload speed. It's that shoot that look how fast he starts shooting at a certain point. It's crazy. Okay, this character is just not, she's crazy. This is exactly what the water allies needed. Realistically, what is gonna be her best team? Oh no, we don't want you. Anyways, it's fine. What is gonna be her best team? Like, I don't want to say her best team is, I don't want to not say her best team is not gonna be the shotgun team, but I feel like if we're looking at damage, obviously there's a lot of other teams that will give you more damage than like if we were to use her with the shotgun team. That's like as clear as day. But I feel like there's like other teams for this character that can work. Like you got to remember, E-Leg and this character alone already is gonna work, right? E-Leg on as like a burst 3 flex unit is going to help out Dorothy insanely with the permanent buff that she's going to be giving all water code allies, right? And realistically, your DPSs could be like Dorothy, Ludmilla, and then E-Leg, which they're all kind of contributing to what's going on to the boss. And then you could have freaking Crown, and then I don't know, like Little Mermaid or something. I don't know, but Dorothy, it's realistically that's 6 seconds. We would have had so many more burst skills go off if we didn't have 6 seconds. But yeah, Dorothy, we're about to come to the end of a full burst here, and the end of the first match. I think it's crazy. I think she's a broken character, and when I say broken, I mean powerful. She's not doing anything that's like, when I say broken, I think like, you know, of characters who have just cracked effects. This character is just nasty. Look at 2.6 billion, while Helm is at a whopping 1 billion. Like, and I know, sure, we could compare, like, you know what, let's put Dorothy on a proper team. Like, not a proper team, but like, let's go to a fight where she's not type advantage and another character is not type advantage, right? Just so that we can get a rough idea of how powerful this character really is, right? I'm sorry for doing this, Saint, right? I'm gonna put Dorothy and I'm gonna put Scarlet Black Shadow. Both of these two have no type advantage, nothing, all right? And then obviously we're gonna put Helm on the team, right? We're gonna see who hits harder between these two right here. Dorothy with her overload gear, right, and her skills, or is it, you know, Miss Scarlet with her skills? We're gonna take a look and see right now, because I'm curious, right? Is Dorothy that powerful where she's hitting harder than some of these characters, right? Like, generally, is she that powerful where if it's not type advantage, if they were to have the exact same elemental damage, whatever, is she hitting harder than some of these characters, right? We're gonna find out right now. Nobody's type advantage in this stage, so we'll see. And this is the monstrous trio team, obviously. I didn't even see what her first starting off number was. It's okay though. What is she going to with after this right here? So you guys can see without the elemental damage, it's a lot less, right? 139 million, where with elemental damage is 405 million. All right, okay, that the gotcha skins are like, I'm not regretting nothing, but still, I'm not gonna lie, they're fire, right? But anyways, so Scarlet, let's see who ends up hitting harder here between Scarlet and Miss thing. So Scarlet ends up hitting harder than Dorothy, right? I want to see what the final number is going to be between Scarlet and Dorothy, like, just to kind of see how strong Dorothy really is. What is the final number going to be, right? What is the genuine final number going to be between these two characters, right? Is it going to be close? Is it going to be a complete blowout? Nobody's type advantage here. Nobody's type, like, you know what I mean? So no damage or strong element, no nothing. This is just raw basic strength based off of what the character does with their skills and what gears they have on realistically, right? Because obviously, like, if they have attack percents and stuff like that, that's being implemented. Any crit damage buff, crit rate buff, all these are being implemented, right? Where just damage or strong element is not. So let's take a look and see. Yeah, Scarlet is way too close to Dorothy, considering she hadn't even used her burst skill there. I think Scarlet is obviously stronger than Dorothy, but this is a good way to tell you, like, how strong Dorothy is, I feel like, right? Because even someone like Little Mermaid, we already knew Little Mermaid is powerful as hell, right? But Dorothy to be that close to Scarlet is, I don't want to say she's a pilgrim at the end of the day. We're not going to look at Dorothy like she's a regular character. She's a pilgrim. So, yeah, it makes sense that Dorothy is hitting hard. But like, this is a good comparison, I feel like, in terms of seeing how good she is just raw, how powerful she is just completely raw. And you guys can see that she's quite powerful, right? So easily the strongest water DPS in Nikke history. I think you could do a lot of fun comps with the water team, because I feel like the water team is like the shotgun team as well, where it is like they had all the supports in terms of like making water characters. They had Guillotine, they have Summer Mary, they have all of the supports for water characters to go crazy, but they just never had any water characters to go crazy, right? So I'm going to do one more team after this team, and it's going to be a full water team, right? I'm just going to kind of minimize the videos and stuff like that, because obviously, like, I just did this right here would have been a completely different video, but it's just like, why not do it in this video? And same as the full water team, that would have all been a whole separate video, but it's like, I'm not gonna do that anymore. I'm not gonna freaking drag out videos and videos of different team comps when I can just do it all in one video. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and take a look after this 22 seconds. I am very curious on how she's gonna work out with Ludmilla and Summer Mary. I hope Saint has Summer Mary, because Summer Mary is quite crazy, right? Summer Mary is quite crazy in terms of giving damage a strong element, right? So we're gonna see what the water team is looking like. Actually, the water team is about to have like a lot of like, oh, we're about to pull up guillotine. We're about to pull up the nastiest, strongest water team ever. Okay, we ended up getting 4.6 billion, and Dorothy ended up getting 1.3 billion, while Scarlet ended up getting 1.48 billion. That right there, I mean, I'm not gonna be the type of guy to say look at the power difference, but I mean, look at the power difference. All right, that's like what, 60k more power than Dorothy, and Dorothy's at 3.555. Bro, Dorothy is powerful, bro. Y'all gotta tap in. Let me go make a full water team. All right, well, I'm not gonna go with the full water team, but I am gonna go with Guillotine, right? Guillotine and Ludmilla. Guillotine and Ludmilla are characters who give insane, well, I don't want to say Guillotine and Ludmilla. Ludmilla gives damage taken to the enemy, right? Like basically the whole game, which is going to be helpful. And then Guillotine has insane effects, which damage a strong element for water code allies. So I want to see how well Dorothy is going to perform with a team like this. I'd say this is more of like one of those random teams, but remember, when Guillotine reaches what level 100 it is, she's going to pop off, right? She's at level 2 right now and stuff like that. We'll have to take a look at Guillotine's level in a second, right? But you guys can kind of see here. Okay, so that's a lot less than what it was on the other team, right? But like I said, when Guillotine fully stacks up, like she's so okay, here we go. This right, okay, godlike burst skill animation first, let's talk about it. But Guillotine's burst skill is quite nasty too, right? Remember, all water code allies get an attack damage buff and a damage a strong element buff. That's what she does, right? And then obviously she does stack up for, where is it, right here, right? When activates when hero's skill levels up, affects all water code allies, damage a strong element increased by 1%, equal, like multiplied by the hero's level continuously, and then an attack percent multiplied by the hero's level continuously. The maximum of level this character could reach is what? Oh, it's 11. Yeah, it's 11. My fault. I thought the max was 100. It's 11. So once she gets to level 11, we will have an 11% damage destroying element buff, I guess. Which I feel like Guillotine is like a cool water support, but I probably would never use Dorothy and Guillotine. I think if I was gonna fit Dorothy on a team, like realistically, it would probably just be Dorothy and Helm. I think that's what I would do. I would do Dorothy and Helm as my main DPSs, because like if it's not Dorothy and Helm, it's Dorothy and Ludmilla. I would say those are the strongest DPSs in Nikke right now, right? For water, Dorothy, Helm, and Ludmilla, or who I would say are the like strongest water DPSs in Nikke right now. So my team would probably just be the monstrous trio team, and then those DPSs, right? It could work out just fine as well, because Helm, she does not need to use her burst skill. I mean, using her burst skill helps, but you don't need to use her burst skill. And then Ludmilla is a very powerful character regardless. Like Ludmilla in my, oh my god, 1.3 billion already? What? Were we at 1.3 billion that quickly before? I don't remember. I know we're fully stacked up now, right? So like, yeah, she's gonna pop off, but still, god damn. How much she's okay? Wait, now that we're fully stacked up, right? Okay, wait, we're at 1.481. 1.481 to what? How much is she going up with now that we're fully stacked? Now that the enemy has all this is going off, right? 1.481 to 1.711. So she went about like 200 something mil. Yeah, so the first team realistically with the Tove and stuff like that, that was like my most powerful team. The only problem again with that team is cooldown reduction. So I don't feel like you're gonna struggle to fit this character on a team, because realistically, like you could use Dorothy on your main team. That's how powerful she is. You guys seen it, her and Scarlet, right? A raw damage, Dorothy can compete, right? Obviously, my only thing is, I think if you are going to use Dorothy, like probably, bad as it sounds, I feel like the shotgun team just needs CDR. That's all they are looking for. They just need cooldown reduction in some way, shape, or form, or try to fit cooldown reduction. I don't even know if there's a character on shotgun that has cooldown reduction. I'm feeling like Bunny Soda has it, but she has the full burst gauge increase, which is like the last thing I need as well, realistically. So like, I don't know. I feel like the shotgun team just needs that, and once they get that, boom. Because realistically, you don't need anybody else. You just need Tove. You don't even need Leona. Like, Leona's just helping you get your like effects faster. But in reality, honest to God, you just need Tove, whatever. You just need her. You don't need nobody else. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with y'all. It is what it is. I think we could have gotten a lot more damage. Like, we got 6.7 billion there, and the highest he's gotten is 8.8 billion. I feel like we could have gotten way higher if we had used Lamilla's burst skill. But almost 3 billion is crazy. I'm telling y'all, this Dorothy character is the must. That's why I said, you guys need to listen. For people who are saying, oh, I should have never subbed in for this. I should have never subbed in for this. I should have never done this. I should have saved my golden tickets. I always tell you guys, save your golden tickets. Save your golden tickets for pilgrims. They're not to be played with on pulling. Like, it's not gonna be that easy. But hey, I think this character is pretty broken. I'm sure we can all agree that she's the strongest water DPS in the game, and one of the strongest DPSs in the game. Like, she realistically could go into top 10. Like, she could go into top 10 best characters in the game. She's definitely, I would say, a top 10 strong character, right? But could she go in top 10 overall? We'll have to take a look when I test her and other things, like you know, how well does she work on different teams that are not just her one team? How well does she work on stages where she's not type advantage, which we've seen she does quite do like good and stuff like that, right? My only thing is, I don't think she's good for mobs whatsoever, because her whole thing screams like she needs to attack a solo enemy, right? So it is what it is. But you guys let me know what you think down below. It's your boy Zxous. Do you guys agree with me? Do you not? And yeah, subscribe and like. I'm out. Peace.